Students of Rock Creek High School have selected Caleb Conroe for the 2024 Fall Homecoming King.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the students of Rock Creek High School have selected Ayla Klingenberg for the 2024 Fall Homecoming Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 2024 Fall Homecoming King and Queen, Caleb Conroe and Ayla Klingenberg.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to give my thanks again. Great job by Tristan Scott and Mason Clark on announcing our homecoming festivities. And congratulations again to the members of our homecoming court.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Back Road Broadcasting's presentation of high school football. Tonight, it is the Mustangs versus the visiting Clay Center Tigers. Wouldn't be a night of football without my co-host this evening, Judd McCormick. How we doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Man, you know, there are very few weeks in high school football that match the energy that homecoming does. I feel like it just draws that much more people out to the ball game and, you know, just raises the stakes that much more.
Yeah, not only you got homecoming, but you really have a big-time matchup in the 3A Division 6 tonight with the Clay Center Tigers coming to town, coming in at 2-2. Mustangs sitting at 3-1. So first of the division games that the Mustangs have, so we'll kind of see where the Mustangs are at. Right now it's been kind of hard to predict what kind of team they have. Been mostly blowouts, and then, of course, the game at Wamego, the one loss that's on their record, and then Wamego went on to lose to Marysville. So right now I'm still trying to figure out which teams are the teams to beat and which teams are kind of pretending right now. But, you know, Clay Center last year went deep into the playoffs, ended up losing on a last-second field goal to Cheney. Probably not quite as good this year, but as long as they've got number 5 in the backfield, Cole Platson, there's always a chance for them to be a really, really good team.
Well, not only that, but, I mean, it's kind of hard to stay perfect in a stacked division that is, you know, Kansas high school football, whether it's 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, or 1A. I mean, depends where you are, pick your poison. I mean, good teams everywhere.
Yeah, in the last couple of years, it's really come down to Clay Center or Rock Creek in that particular division, but Marysville's showing up this year. They want to be a player in as well, so we may have basically a 3-team race right now going on in that 6th division, which is a little bit odd to say. Mustangs have been in Division 5 for years. Now they're in Division 6. But a big matchup tonight with Clay Center. Getting ready to go here in about 7 minutes, 50 seconds, as you can see there on the clock. We did have the homecoming festivities broadcast earlier, so hopefully you were on to enjoy that. But, yeah, big one tonight, Clay Center Tigers. A big question mark coming into the game really is on number 5 for the Tigers, Cole Platson. Maybe nursing a bit of an injury. I think there was a question mark of whether he was going to go. I think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to sit this one out. If he absolutely can play, he's going to play. Of course, you don't ever want to see a high school player get injured, or any player at that matter of fact, but Cole Platson already has a scholarship in baseball set, ready to go to Oklahoma State. So just trying to get through his senior year healthy and move on to the next level.
Yeah, and we knew it going into baseball season too, watching these two teams match up, that Cole Platson would be a gamer. And a game like this with a matchup on either side, I think I would sit out, and I don't think he will either.
Yeah, I mean, the offense pretty much runs through him. It's not terribly different than the Mustangs. You know, right now Mackley, I think, is attributing to about 65-70% of the Mustang offense. Well, Cole Platson is that for the Tigers, both run and the pass. They're about a 60-40 mix. Normally a run to pass. May see a little bit more passing than running tonight out of the Tigers. But, you know, some other players may have to step up. And, you know, another name that we mentioned in basketball, we've mentioned in baseball, and I think we'll be mentioning it again tonight during the football game, is number 20, Owen Craig, for the Tigers. He's a running back, receiver, kind of plays all over the place, but very talented, very athletic student there for Clay Center. So we'll kind of see what happens tonight with Platson. But, again, you know, most of the offense runs through number 5, and if he's not on the field, we'll kind of see what the Tigers have.
Yeah, not only that, I really liked the Mustangs' offense last week was really patient. You know, they didn't have to open the playbook too much, no home run plays, but really just solid drives. I mean, anytime they touched the football, they were putting points up on the board. Yeah,
and we kind of kept waiting to see what was going to happen from the running back point of view, really, you know, with Drew Becker going down in the Wamego game. We've been kind of curious about what was going to happen with that. You know, last week it was really Mackley did a lot of it, you know, unofficially got him pushed over 100 yards. He officially ended up with that when it was all said and done. So the offense pretty much ran through him. But Mustangs without 2 tonight. Actually saw that Jordy Scott was also not suited up, but he is on the sideline. So basically the number 1, number 2 running backs to start the season, both on the sideline tonight. So we'll see if they move Bell over there in the running back and have him play more running back. One thing we do know is that they have tremendous depth at the receiver position. And so moving an athlete like Bell back into the backfield to kind of become a running back isn't unheard of at all.
And, you know, we've seen him make plays on the defensive end too. So if he steps in at running back this evening, I think he'll be just as comfortable as he looked last week. He broke off a few good runs for the Mustangs late in that game. But honestly, yeah, like you said, Judd, this team's well equipped, and they got, you know, when one guy's down, the next guy's up, and they got a lot of weapons on this team.
Well, that's what it's going to take. You have to be a complete team. You talked about how deep and how good Kansas high school football is, particularly once you get up to this level. You know, every level's got a handful of, like, predominant programs that year in and year out are up there, but there's always these teams, these kind of second-tier teams that are kind of always jockeying for position. Rock Creek the last few years has kind of been, I think, that second-tier team. And the only reason they're a second-tier team because they happen to be in the same side of the bracket as a Cheney, as an Andale, as a Wichita Collegiate, which really, you know, probably 3 of the best teams in all of the state, and they have to go through each other just to get to the state final. Again, on the other side of the bracket, you know, you're pretty much looking at Hayden or Holton again. We talked about it before. Hayden's really, really good again this year. So, yeah, in order to be there and to go deep, you got to have a lot of depth. You got to have a solid team. You can't just have 1 or 2 players, and I think that's what the Mustangs have been slowly building over time is not just the quality of their players, but the quality of the depth that they have, and to be able to roll out the next man up, really, so to speak.
Yeah, well said. And, I mean, ever since, you know, Coach Shane Siebens taken over, they've really just built a winning program. I mean, they've had deep runs in the postseason, only coming up short a few games of the sub-state championship and 1 game closer even to, you know, that stoic state title. But really just an all-around great program that he's built here at Rock Creek.
Yeah, the only losing season he's had was the very first season he took over. And really, if they win tonight's game, that put him in really, you know, good position, not only for, yes, having another winning season, but to kind of have the bracket work in their favor. Again, we talked about just how tough this particular division is going to be. It's really going to come down between, I think, Rock Creek, Clay Center, and Marysville. We already talked about it. I think Marysville is a much more improved team, and it's a road game next week that
right.
we're, you know, Mustangs are going to have to go up there to do. So it could be a really, really tough game. So.
And yeah, rightfully so. I mean, Marysville coming out with a big win at home against Wamego 2 weeks ago. And, I mean, Mustangs played Chapman later on this year, and Chapman gave Clay Center a run for the money last week. They were up by I think 3 to 6 points at halftime. So,
Yeah, so it looks like the captains for the Tigers are going to be, again, number 5, Cole Pladson, number 6, Weston Hammond, number 18, Walker Henry, and it looked like number 20, Owen Craig.
and for the Mustangs, it'll be number 8, Mac Lee, number 61, Mason Faith, number 35, Cooper Sieben, and number 26, Drew Becker.
And there's the toss.
And see if we future broadcasts can't get a camera on the field for the coin toss.
Yeah, that might be a little bit difficult to do.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
looks like Clay Center won the toss. It almost looked like they elected to receive the ball first. Not much of a win if you were here for the national anthem. Yes, and Clay Center did win the toss. They're going to elect to receive. They will be heading north. Mustang defense elected to protect the north end zone. But, yeah, not much wind tonight, if at all. The flag's pretty much still. So, once again, a really good night for football here at the Rock.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, I'm not superstitious, but if we're judging off of how baseball went between these two teams, we're in for a late thriller.
Yeah, I mean, we've come to expect it, really, the last couple of years. You know,
Right.
I think one of the first games I broadcast with you was Clay Center here at home
Yep.
a couple of years ago. Mustangs got that win. Mustangs went on the road last year up to Clay Center.
Yep.
Lost up there. Now it's back down here.
Well, happy Backroads anniversary, Judd.
Yeah, somewhere along in that lines. I can't remember exactly when, but yeah, we've seen the back and forth in basketball, back and forth in baseball a couple of years ago. Both teams only had one loss, and that was to each other. So yeah, I don't want to call it a rivalry. I think they enjoy playing each other, but I think there's a lot of respect on this field compared to what you might see from other teams, you know, that we see played. I don't think there's that hate, so to speak, between these two teams
Right.
that others have. I think they enjoy playing each other. I think they respect each other because they seem to be near the same level in every sport. It's just a matter of who's coming in that night, who's
Right.
getting the better in
Right.
that night.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you have your rivalries. You have your newfound rivalry, Rock Creek versus Wamego. But now you kind of have that secondary rivalry with Rock Creek and Clay Center. It's much like, you know, you have Kansas State KU. Everybody thinks they're main rivals, but then you have Farmageddon where it's Iowa State versus K-State. So definitely
Yeah.
we'll be in for some great matchups.
Yeah, I think
coming
Rock
year.
Creek and Wamego is definitely going to be a good rivalry
Oh, yeah.
going forward. And my understanding in the NCKL, Clay Center and Abilene forever have
Yep.
kind of been a rivalry. I know everybody wants to kind of make Abilene-Chapman a rivalry, but really I think it's Abilene-Clay Center. And, you know, now with Rock Creek joining the NCKL, there's another good rivalry going in the backyard brawl between Mustangs and the Raiders.
So 3 back deep for the Tigers as they will get first shot at this Mustang defense. Pendel kicks it away. It'll be fielded by number 20, the Tigers, right up the middle. Decent return for number 20, Owen Craig. Gets it to about, we'll say, the 35. And that's where they'll take over. First and 10 coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, after this play, we'll talk a little bit about the routes to victory tonight. Kind of wanted to see who was starting for the Tigers before we went too deep in it. And it does look like number 5, Platson, is going to go ahead and take the first snap.
Joined in the backfield by his running back. That is Weston Hammond. Get the first carry of the game underway. Gain of a few.
That looks like I pick up about 4 yards on the play. So, yeah, completely different outlook now in this game with number 5 back there in the backfield for the Tigers. So, almost went with 2 different sets of routes to victory depending on who it was. But now that we know Pladson's back there, we'll go ahead and we get an opportunity.
Hammond gets the call again. This time, not a lot of running room there. And how great was the front 3, front 4 for the Mustangs last week?
Yeah, they really pretty much dominated that line of scrimmage for the most part. That was a pretty good spot there. I actually thought he lost a little bit more than that, but
So an early third down test for the Tiger offense. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, and this is a situation that, the Mustangs want to put the Tigers in. Platson probably won't be running as much as normal, so they're going to really rely more on their true running backs and have to pass the ball just a little bit more.
Weller, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Platson back to pass, fires, got a man down the field. It's going to be well short of his intended target. That is Jace Weller. And on the coverage for the Mustangs, number 5, Dawson Rankin. So a good first defensive possession for the Mustangs.
Yeah, while the punt team's coming out, let's go ahead and jump over to routes to victory here right quick. Maybe after the punt. There we go.
There we go.
For the Mustangs, yeah, they want to get to that quarterback with Platson back there. Want to limit the penalties. They had some big penalties last week and no defensive breakdowns. They want to play good, strong defense all night long. And for the Tigers, they're going to have to get off to a fast start. That didn't happen necessarily. They need to win the quarterback battle. We talk about Platson and Mac Lee are the go-tos for both sides, and they need to limit the big plays for the Mustangs. Mustangs had some really big plays, starting with the opening kickoff last week with a 92-yard touchdown run by Bell. So kind of jammed through those really quick, but.
And could see a big game from him, too. We know he's capable of those explosive plays down the sideline. And we'll have Bell in at running back for the Mustangs. 1st and 10. Here's Lee. Give is to Bell. Bell up the left side. We'll get a good push from the O-line. Good first down run for Zion Bell, excuse me.
The other one.
The other one.
Oh, they're going to get a first down right off the bat on that. So, yeah, that's the way you want to start a game. You have a brand new running back in. Wasn't sure who was going to start at it, but Zion Bell comes in and first carry, 10 yards.
Zeller, the motion man. Mac Lee, quarterback keeper, left side. Bounces it outside. He'll be brought down or shoved out of bounds past the first down marker. We'll wait for the official marking here.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to bring him up just a little bit shy, but about a 9-yard gain there by Lee before he was pushed out of bounds.
We might have a flag, too, on that far side.
Looks like we're going to have a holding out there on the outside edge, maybe. That one may be coming back. I may have wrote that in my stats prematurely.
So Mustangs going back to the well early, back-to-back run plays. And that was something that we kind of saw from Mac Lee last week. Over 100 yards passing and 100 yards rushing. If that doesn't classify you as a dual-threat quarterback, I don't know what will.
Yeah, so we talk about limiting penalties right there. 10-yard penalty right off the bat, so bring up 1st and 20.
Lee, quarterback keeper, will be brought down initially by number 6 of the Tigers. It's Weston Hammond. So I'll bring up 2nd and long for the Mustangs. Zeller, the lone receiver on the far side, empty backfield for Lee. Sends the motion man Rankin. Rankin will get the call, bounces it up the left side. Gains some of that penalty yardage back. We'll bring up 3rd and manageable for the Mustangs.
I pick up a 5 there. Guess they're going to say 7.
Rankin, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. He's also joined by Bell. Lee changing the play call.
Yeah, the corners are sagging off quite a bit on the slot receivers, but
Quarterback draw for Lee. And bring it 4th down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, only picked up about 2 yards on the carry, but yeah, the slot receivers were getting about a 12-yard cushion there, and you only have to pick up 7 yards.
I was getting ready to say that.
Quick slant would have taken care of that.
I didn't mind the QB draw there, but would have liked to seen him work that screen pass. I mean, like you said, they were giving that 15-yard cushion, and we've seen the speed of Eli Bell that he can get outside and get that first down for the Mustangs.
Absolutely.
Nice punt from Bell. Fair catch will be made by Owen Craig.
So Clay Center getting ready to start their second possession here of the first half. They'll be starting from their 25-yard line.
And sort of identical drives from both teams out of their first offensive possession.
Yeah, I mean, after the penalty, the Mustangs really put themselves in a bad position. They were, first and 18. It was a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul. So couldn't quite get back to it, but, so now they're off schedule when they did that, so just couldn't get that next first down. So coming in a tight formation here for the Tigers.
Here's Pladson on the give to Hammond. Hammond tries to bounce it outside. Nice tackle by number 5 for the Mustangs, Dawson Rankin.
Yeah, run defense has been phenomenal for the Mustangs. There was really a struggle last week. I think at one point in time, and up until the fourth quarter, I think the longest run that the Cowboys had was like 6-7 yards.
Hammond joins Pladson in the backfield. Pladson drops back to pass, pressure coming, jump pass over the middle, caught by his man. That'll be Owen Craig, and he'll have the first down.
Yeah, we knew Craig was going to have to be a player that kind of stepped up tonight. We know Pladson's kind of limited on his mobility, so they're probably going to have to use traditional run and pass game a little bit more than running Pladson. So we know Craig's a very athletic player. We know he's got speed there in the outside edge. Just a simple seam route, just kind of fell down into the middle in that zone and found a spot, and Pladson saw him for the 15-yard pickup.
First and 10 now for the Tigers. Pladson will hand it off to his running back. That is Hammond. Bounce that outside. Nice gain on first down. Yeah, and that reception by Owen Craig really just kind of find the soft spot in the defense for the Mustangs. Kind of parked right behind the linebackers there, and Pladson finds the man over the middle.
We talked about last week, one of the keys of the game for the Cowboys was taking what the Mustang defense would give them, and they just never did. They kept trying to do a home run ball, but that was a good job there by the Tigers, just taking what the defense gave them. Found a soft spot in that zone, and 15-yard pickup. They'll take that all night long.
Here is Hammond. Or excuse me, that's Craig. Breakaway speed. Diving attempt made by number 29 of the Mustangs. It'll be a touchdown saving tackle for Landon Schneider.
Got a flag down on the play. We got a holding. That's all coming back. Looks like that was a great move by Craig there to bounce it to the outside. And we just talked about it just a second ago. We know he's athletic. We know he's got speed. He gets the edge. It was a good, what appeared to be a touchdown saving tackle. But again, a holding penalty is going to bring that back. We'll see where the spot of it actually occurred.
Yeah, Craig, no need for fancy moves there. Just one cut and upfield. Strictly business there, but that will be taken back. The penalty by the Tigers. So bring up second and short now for the Tigers. Split receivers either side for the Tigers. Pladson, quarterback keeper. He'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I think they try to limit Pladson run as much as possible, but I guess you need to do it just a little bit to keep the Mustang defense honest there. You're pretty much going to have a spy mirroring him everywhere he goes on the Mustang defense.
5:20 remaining here, first quarter. Weller, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Pladson. Give is to Hammond. He'll be stopped initially by 57 of the Mustangs. That's Corday Kirksey on the stop.
Yeah, again, that Mustang defensive line really getting a push, kind of filled in that hole really quickly. It wasn't really any place for Hammond to go. Been a little tough running up the middle. Right now, the 4-yard gain just a second ago by Pladson. Biggest play they've had up the middle. So see if they start working the corners and the edges just a little bit more. As you saw, there was a big 45-yard pickup by Owen Craig that came back on a penalty. So maybe work those edges a little bit more, see if they do some more jet sweeps or any kind of sweeps or end arounds.
Pladson rolling to his right, fires at the sticks. That'll be caught by 18 of the Tigers. That's Walker Henry. So 4:25 remaining here, first quarter. Tigers with a long second drive here, about halfway through the first quarter. Hammond will get the call, this time up the left side. He'll be brought down by number 7 of the Mustangs. That's Ezra Spiller. Call it a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Yeah, tough going so far for Hammond. That's a 6 carry, sitting at about maybe 5 yards unofficially, what I have. Give or take a yard or 2.
Yeah. But, I mean, we kind of saw that until Craig had that big run and call back due to the hold. So, they'll kind of – looks like they're a little bit lulling the Mustangs to sleep, but then they can see if they can strike quick here.
Yeah, they're pretty much keying on 5 and 6 right now.
Here's Pladson, quarterback keeper. Good run. He'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah, pick up about 10 yards there, so – again, we talked about it. Going to have to contain number 5, kind of make other stars on the Tigers beat you. And right now they're keeping Hammond kind of in check. But Owen Craig, we talked about him before the game started. He's probably going to be one that's going to step up and see a little bit more action tonight, whether it's trying to figure out how to give him the ball in the backfield or finding just a soft spot in the zone, whatever it may be.
1st and 10, ball on the 26 for the Tigers. The give is to Craig, bounces it outside to the left. This time he'll be brought down by number 15 of the Mustangs, Carson Tabirin. Mustangs were ready for that outside run. Tabirin coming downhill to make the play.
Yeah, maybe both teams heard me talking. Like,
yeah.
Hey, we need to try that again. Mustangs are like, I think they're going to try that again. Now, so far in the first quarter, I think this is what I was expecting of the game. Going to be really tough to get in the end zone. We never really make predictions about games, but, this could be a pretty low-scoring affair.
Pladson pocket collapsing, fires to Hammond. Hammond breaking 1 tackle. He'll be brought down by number 29 after the first down marker. That's Landon Snyder. And the chains move again for the Tigers.
Yeah, so we talked about going back to a more traditional passing game. They may have to do that. Well, right now, looks like Cole Pladson's 3 for 4 for 39 yards. So when he does put the ball in the air, good things have happened so far, and that's another first down for the Tigers.
Now in the red zone, looking to strike first here. Hammond joins Pladson in the backfield. Pladson, quarterback keeper up the left side. Another solid quarterback keeper for Cole Pladson.
Yeah, and really right there, we saw the defensive end for the Mustangs. He did the job. He basically got to the outside, forced Pladson back into the middle, but right now the offensive line for the Tigers is getting into that linebackers in the secondary for the Mustangs, getting a good push. So 4 or 5 yards down the field there for Pladson before he's even touched.
Pladson drops back to pass, rolling to his right, pocket collapsing. He's going to step up. Now back to his left. Fires for the back pylon for his man. That's Jace Weller. Didn't
out of the
get
back.
it.
Nope, out of the back of it. I think he lost track of where the back of the end zone was between all the cones and the other painted lines down there. It's a good look.
Was. Keep it, I mean, really stretching the play there. You know, no running room right side, circles back left. You know, end zone instead of 10 yards of 15, I think Jace Weller's in for 6.
Yeah, like I said, I think with the safety cones down there, the dirt work, the fresh painted lines, stuff like that, I think he just kind of lost track of where the back of the end zone was.
Right. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Tigers. Hammond joins Pladson in the backfield. Bunch receivers, far side, Pladson, pocket collapsing, jump pass. That'll be caught by Craig.
Looks like they're going to rule it incomplete. Yeah, I think the head judge came in there later and ruled it incomplete.
So it'll be 4th and 5 now for the Tigers. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's
4th down territory for the Tigers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to see what kind of kicking game they had. Not that it gets used a whole lot in the high school. You know, Mustangs have an excellent kicking game. They don't usually take advantage of it as much as I probably would. But that's why I'm up here in the press box and not coaching anywhere, because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, looking at a 4th and 5 on about the 10-yard line.
I think they're going for this one.
Yeah, and I think you got to keep an eye out for Pladson right back up the middle. He's been chunking off about 4 or 5 yards every carry on that, but he is deep in a shotgun on this particular one.
As I say, watch Craig the motion man. It's almost like he's lining up as a tight end on that edge there. But we'll see what they do here. 4th and 5. Pladson drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He'll be brought down. He'll get the throw away. Pressure from Ezra Spiller and Carson Tobirin of the Mustangs.
Yeah, big defensive stop there for the Mustangs. Secondary did the job, covered their man just long enough for Pladson to really didn't have anywhere to go, and his secondary weapon in his legs right now just probably aren't as good as he would like. He may have been able to get out of that if he was 100%, but still, we know he's got an arm on him, he's got a cannon on him, and that's a pretty good pass he got thrown off with his feet tied together, falling down.
Yeah.
So, got to respect the arm of the quarterback.
Mustangs deep in their own territory. Empty backfield for Lee. Rankin, the motion man. High snap for Lee. He'll bounce it up the right side. So he got tripped up before he crossed the line of scrimmage. Take us to about 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Gain of 5 for Mac Lee. See if they get one more play off before the end of the first. Lee, quarterback keeper, this time up the left side, bounces it outside. Do you have enough for the first down? Think he might. We'll wait for the official marking. 5.1 left on the scoreboard.
Hey, picked up about 7 there. Got 5 the first time, 7 there. So that's going to do it for the first quarter. Still 0-all here at the Rock. This quarter and breaking the action is going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture.
Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952, Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith.
Also brought to you by AP Graphics. Finding the right teammate is certainly or critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. Best screen printing and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniforms, hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly Advanced Promotions, online, shopap.net, or call 494-8282. That's AP Graphics.
Surprisingly enough, no pass attempts for McLee in that first quarter.
Yeah, I got 0 passing attempts. So I'm not going to talk much about that, but he does have 4 carries for 17 yards. And Platson has 3 carries for 19 yards, but Platson's also 3 for 5, throwing for 39 yards. So, again, bulk of the offense for both these teams coming from the quarterback, both with the legs and in the air.
Trying to find his man, Eli Bell, out in the flats. Be incomplete, just a little too high for his intended target.
Yeah, good play set up there. You had your wide receivers basically streaking down the sideline. Bell basically just kind of sneaks out in the little out route pattern outside. Had him wide open, just overthrew him a little bit. Makes that catch, probably good for 8 to 10 yards.
Here's the give to Zion Bell. So that'll bring up 3rd down now for the Mustangs.
Not sure who the lineman was in front of him, but he just
He
right out of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe try to
I was
avoid
gonna
that.
Say, I was going to say, sometimes, you just give him a nice, gentle hand in the back to follow him, but now he just send him.
I know my lineman loved it when I was in high school, and I get a helmet in the back.
This is give to Dawson Rankin on the outside. He'll be brought down by number 2, Jace Weller of the Tigers. And Mustangs electing to punt this one away. A little bit of a defensive chess match here this evening. Don't ask me how to play chess. I don't know. I don't really know. So
I watched the Queen's Gambit. I know the opening move is usually a white pawn. That's it.
there you go.
Now I know what the pieces can do. That's about it. That's my knowledge of chess. Good punt.
Craig will receive it. He's going to return this one back up the right side. We're going to have a flag on the play. Decent return from Craig. Call it about 12 to 15 yards. Wait to see what the call is from the official here. Guess they waved that one.
Yeah, I was like, we still waiting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I got
Or-
legal block.
Block in the back on the Tigers.
Well, that should be an easy one to walk off since he made it to exactly the 45-yard line. So that is their second penalty as well, both 10-yarders. So 2 penalties, 20 yards. If my math is correct, that's an average of 10.
It's good math.
It's the only math I know.
Split receivers either side. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Platson drops back to pass. Fires deep downfield for Weller. On the coverage was number 13 for the Mustangs, Noah Wahlberg.
Yeah, opening up the playbook just a little bit there, trying to stretch out the defense. Again, there's no wind, so it's not like there's wind at his back that he didn't have in the first quarter. There's 0 wind blowing out there, which is odd for Kansas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So say the most Midwestern thing to say is it wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the wind or for the cold
or the humidity.
or the humidity.
Or insert weather pattern here.
Option now for the Tigers. Hammond get just enough to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Yeah, maybe picked up just a yard. Mustang's doing a pretty good job bringing him down. Boy, he looks like when he gets going, he gets up to speed fast.
Oh, yeah.
Has a good head of steam
Yep.
going.
He always
I mean, he was hit 4 yards deep probably and still managed to pick
Yeah.
up a yard on the carry. 'Cause
Yeah.
He was falling forward the whole time.
Trips near side for the Tigers now. Platson back to pass. Fires over the middle. Weller, that's caught. He'll gain some yards after catch there. And that'll be enough for the first down for the Tigers.
Boy, I'm glad you redid the program over there so you can track what players are doing what.
Oh, yeah. Got the numbers.
Number 2, Jace Weller.
That's good. It's a good day for me. I was on time. I got my program ready.
Didn't have to do a 30-minute pregame because of homecoming.
Hammond will get the call. Not a lot of running room there. Greenwood and Tabiran on the stop. They had Spiller on a blitz. I think he was just a little too early to the party there.
Yeah, so Hammond coming into tonight's game, from what I have, was averaging about 6.2 yards a carry. Right now, tonight, he's averaging 1 on what I have. So 8 yards on 8 carries, but they're going to keep working it. They're going to find a seam. They've been finding some seams here and there with Pladson, so.
Back to pass. Deep ball for Pladson. Good coverage from Wahlberg.
Yeah, good job there the last second, turning around, trying to find the ball. I was really worried right there. Always get a little nervous when D-backs aren't turning their head, looking for the ball. You almost always get a pass interference because they run into the receiver or put their hands on him or something like that. But, yeah, good coverage there by Wahlberg. Good ball there thrown by Pladson, just good coverage and way to turn around and try to find that ball.
I'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Tigers. 8:35 remaining here in the first half.
Two different styles of offense we're seeing right here, but, you know, Tigers kind of getting the play, taking their time. Mustangs a lot of times are trying to go no huddle, get up to the ball, get another snap off.
Pladson back to pass again, pocket collapsing. He'll fire again for Weller. Close, but no cigar on the left side. Another not a terribly thrown football there. Just need to put a little more zip on that. I think Weller was right under it when he was just needed to continue his route.
Yeah, it kind of got turned around. Looked like maybe he looked over the wrong shoulder to start with and tried to correct himself. And really that gave the defense just enough time to kind of get back into it. And I don't know how close it was to actually just going out of bounds on that side. But, yeah, we know he's got an arm from when he's pitching and when he's playing in the outfield. So Pladson's capable of throwing a deep ball, and the safeties need to be aware of that, not let the receivers get behind him. Maybe just trying to draw the Mustangs off sides here. They're going to end up using their first timeout of the half. That timeout's going to be brought to you by Outdoor Bank, which I think may have a video.
College student. The modern conveniences and personalized service allows me to focus on the things I do best. They're going out of their way to make it more like in style and more appealing for people at my age.
You can wait a week. It's up to you.
Welcome back to Backroad Broadcast's presentation of high school football. So, defense really setting the tone for both teams here early. Tigers set to punt this one away. Wahlberg's just going to get away from that one. And about the 23-yard line, the Mustangs will set up shop. So really, you know, both teams have made it past midfield, had big plays down the stretch, but unable to really cap off the drive. I mean, I think that's just a testament to how well these defenses are playing.
Yeah, and we talked about one of the routes to victory for the Tigers is not giving up the big play, and I think that's really what the Mustangs are going to have to look for, you know. They're used to having at least one or two big plays in the game, kind of gets them going. The only time we haven't seen it was against the Wamego Raiders. But, yeah, we may have to look here pretty soon. We got
stacked receivers either side. Screen to Bell. Not a lot of real estate on that one. Dalton McCann blowing up the play and making a stop.
Yeah, and I don't know if they had an audible. They should have checked out of that because that D-back knew that play was coming the whole time.
And usually, you know, with the Mustangs, we kind of see the defense kickstart the offense for them. Offense not necessarily off to a slow start here.
Well, I think, you know, the Tigers really, they're just playing good, sound defense right now. It's just taking the Mustangs a little while to kind of figure out where those chips in the defense are or where those gaps may be.
Give us to Bell.
And again, we're seeing a little bit different personnel for the Mustangs as well from what we've seen the last couple weeks. So that's another factor as well that might just take a little bit of time as actual in-game action to kind of get their roles reestablished.
And not only that, but for both teams, you know, we kind of seen, or most of the Mustangs, we've kind of seen Spiller rotate in that backfield as an extra blocker for the Mustangs. And some of these counter and power runs that they're running, if they could just get one more blocker on that edge, they might be able to gain some yardage. Here's Lee, drops back to pass. Good coverage. Fires quickly to his target. That's Riker Zeller. So that'll be a gain of about 5 or 6. We'll bring up 4th and medium for the Mustangs. Looks like they're going to punt this one away. Kick is away.
Good spiraling punt there by Bell.
Greg's going to take this one again. Will be brought down by number 3, Zion Bell of the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's kind of gutsy right there. Mustangs closing in on him. I didn't want that keep rolling. Maybe I got another 5-10 yard roll out of that, but Craig just comes up and grabs it and tries to go off with it.
I was going to say, we saw it in the first quarter. He doesn't really need a whole lot of field in front of him. Turn on the Jets.
Nope, he sure doesn't. So trying to make a play, trying to get something jump started for the Tigers. Both teams really trying to look for playmakers to step up and make the plays. I don't want to say offenses are misfiring right now. I just think right now the defenses on both sides are just playing that well.
Split receivers either side. Platson, quarterback keeper. Not a lot of running room there.
Yeah, I think he actually lost one on that. See where they spot it. Mustang linebackers kind of sniffed that one out. They were sneaking up on line before it was even snapped. Kind of very similar to the wide receiver screen last time out, but
Wade Rottinghouse on the stop for the Mustangs. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Tigers.
yeah, been a quick first half right now.
Yeah. Mustangs bringing pressure. That'll be picked off. That will be number 19, Carson Tabiran. 15, excuse me. Could be a turning point here for the Mustangs. We do have a flag on the field.
I'll wait, see what that call was.
I think the interception will stand. Not too sure what the call will be.
Usually right at the line of scrimmage, it's
not for sure. I had to brush up on my
I had lost my cheat sheet. I
hand
was
gestures.
looking for
Yeah, that's
the interception
yeah.
will stand.
I'm not for sure what that was.
Where did my cheat sheet go? Now I feel bad. I'm telling you, folks, baseball, softball is my primary sport.
So Mustangs start with it for their 4th possession.
Yeah, good job by Taburin there. Stayed with his man, just stepped right in the passing lane. Platson didn't, I don't think, saw him at all, but threw right to him, and might be the break the Mustangs were looking for here. First turnover of the game for either team. But we've seen Taburin kind of step in and make some plays in about every game this year. Boy, game 1, he was all over the place.
Yeah. And how about that, too, from a safety? I mean, just flying around with the football, making plays. I mean, you know, usually the front 3 and linebackers get the most tackles of the game, but Carson Taburin really making his presence known on the defensive end.
So Mustangs starting their 4th possession here of the half.
Mac Lee cuts it back. Now up to the left side. Gets a block downfield. And he'll be hit out of bounds. Nice gain on first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's going to be about a 20-yard pickup there. That's the biggest play for the Mustangs yet tonight. Like to see him move that ball to the outside hand. We've talked about it a lot with running backs. We even see it at the next level. DJ Giddens has a hard time with that.
Yeah.
He's running the left side. He's got the ball in the right hand. I just hate seeing that. Makes it a little bit easier to strip out and get it moved to the outside hand.
Another quarterback keeper for Mac Lee, this time up the middle.
Looks like he still picked up about 4 on the play.
Number 25 of the Tigers on the stop. That'll be Isaac Girton.
Maybe 3 on the play. They're going to say 2, but I'm going to say 3.
New running back in for the Mustangs. That'll be number 9, Peter Martini. Sends him in motion. Empty backfield for Lee. Gives it to him. Martini shucks one defender. But it'd be a gain of 1 on the play. So I don't know if the Mustangs are being a little timid with trying to take shots downfield, but looks like they're just kind of playing the safe route when they do throw it, looking at for a little check down screen or player out in the flats. So we'll see what they do here, 3rd and 8.
I don't know if it's so much as that, but really I think there's good coverage going on right now on the outside for the Tigers.
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper, up the right side. We'll see where they mark it.
Really close.
Really
to the first
close,
down marker
yeah.
over there.
Definitely 4-down territory here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's going to be a conversation. We talked about it at Wamego. Do you take points or do you go for it? Warming up, I think the Mustangs, anytime they're inside the 20, really has a good opportunity for field goal. And if need be, with the win tonight, they could probably anything inside the 30, they're in field goal range. But it looks like right now their defense is playing well enough. I think they're thinking if they could. Yeah, Mustangs are going to take their first timeout of the half. That timeout's going to be brought to you by Wamego Telecom. Oh, we have somebody new on the board. Our intern's back. Let's see how many we see.
Shout out to Dave. Sideline infraction was the call.
Sideline infraction. Thank you, Dave. WTC Communications, your local leading-edge communication service provider with over 100 years of service. WTC offers voice, internet, video, and other managed services. Supported by great customer service and a 24-hour help desk, WTC's dedication to advanced technologies and local communities is the reason why tonight's game could be streamed online and why you're here with us. Visit them at WTCKS.com. WTC, keeping you connected. Also brought to you by Backroads Broadcasting. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Backroads Broadcasting is your primary partner for Rock Creek Mustang Sports, bringing the action home to you. While we're always working hard on ideas, innovations, and technology to help keep our broadcasts, if you're looking for a live broadcast for your future event or interested in being a sponsor for future events, contact sales@brbc.live. We offer flexible ad packages, perpetual visibility online, and local targeted audience. Backroads Broadcasting, bringing the action home to you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Mac Lee Quarterback keeper, left side, he's going to have the first down.
Yeah, picked up about 8 yards on the play. Only needed 3.
Yeah, on the ad read, I was trying to double check to make sure they weren't on the field so I could get it squeaked in there, but you know,
I'm like,
we got to figure it out. Yeah.
Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Mac Lee with a carry again. Down to about the half-yard line, looks like where it's going to be spotted. Pick up of another 2.
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper. He's got it. Mustangs strike first with the 1-yard touchdown run from Mac Lee.
Sunflower.
That touchdown brought to you by Sunflower. Consulting and bookkeeping. Find my thing. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl a Rock Creek alum a call today. 75-506-4008 to schedule a consultation. And that extra point is good. Thanks to the intern over there for keeping me on my feet.
Good job, intern. Attaboy. And give a shout out to Ezra Spiller with the lead block there for Mac Lee. But Mustangs strike first. 2:53 remaining here, second quarter.
Yeah, it took a little while for things to kind of happen. And like I said, the first half has gone really, really quick. Only 2:53 left to go. Mustangs are set to receive the ball in the second half as well. So really what you want to see here is basically Pendle to put it in the back of the end zone, push the Tigers back deep, starting on their own 20-yard line, and really the defense to step up.
3 back deep for the Tigers. That'll be Craig Weller and number 28, Ethan Letzel.
And Owen Craig deep, deep.
Craig will take this one. Makes a man miss. He'll get it just to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, about a 16-yard return. Got that on about the 4-yard line. Got it out to the 20, so good job by Craig there to get it back to starting position. 2:48 left here. Look to see the Tigers really kind of go back to what they were trying in the last go-around. Try to find those receivers on the outside edge, but the other thing you may look at is, you know, one of their big gains was Owen Craig just doing a seam route right up the middle, find that soft spot in the zone.
Yeah.
May see some of those. They got 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time.
Here's Pladson on the give to Hammond. He'll be stopped by, that's Ezra Spiller and Mason Faith on the stop for the Mustangs. 2:30 remaining here.
Tigers going into a hurry-up offense now.
Pladson drops back to pass, rolling to his right, pocket collapsing, directing
Craig.
traffic. He's going to have to throw this one away.
That's going to be a question mark. Yeah, he's going to be fine. I got past the line of scrimmage. I think they were looking to see if he made that back past the line of scrimmage to see if it was going to be a grounding or not. I don't know if there's a receiver in the area, but all's good. Owen Craig was sitting in the middle. Luckily for the Mustangs, the pressure just got to Pladson. He probably saw him there, but just couldn't get his feet set to actually make the throw.
Yeah, it was Cole Greenwood and Corday Kirksey on the hit on Pladson. 2:15 remaining here, second quarter. Stacked receivers, far side. Pladson, pocket collapses again. Cooper Seaman and Corday Kirksey.
Wow, how did he still manage to get that ball off? they're actually going to call that a sack. I was wondering. I mean, he got hit from both sides, and all of a sudden the ball came out late. I was kind of confused what was happening there, but.
And so Mustangs scoring on the last offensive possession, really kick-starting and jump-starting the defense again. I mean, they played well up until this point, but they've kind of taken it to another level here on this possession. Yeah,
Mustangs use a timeout to keep the clock from running, so on 4th down, it's going to be about 4th and, I don't know, looks like about
7.
No, it's not 7. I'm not trusting this the scoreboard right now as I'm looking at the markers on the field. More like 17.
Ah, yeah. It's the last time I trust the intern.
That wasn't the intern. It was our new technology. Yeah, we paid for software tonight. So 2:07 left to go here in the first half.
Tigers will punt this one away.
Jacob Perkins back for the Mustangs. He's going to have a chance to return.
Perkins up the left side. Be brought down by Hammond.
That was good coverage. I thought he had a little bit more room to work with that, but Tigers closed the gap quick.
1:59 remaining here, second quarter. Mustangs could extend this to a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, you still got to protect the ball, though. Last thing you want to do is turn it back over real quick. We've seen that happen before with the Mustangs. But, yeah, you'd love nothing else. Put a couple more points on the board before the half, regardless of how you get them, whether it's 3, 6, or 7. Looks like there's a penalty on the play as well.
Not for sure what the call was.
Yeah, I missed it. It was 4th and 17 in case anybody. It took a little while for the scoreboard to update after the sack. But, yeah, it ended up being 4th and 17 before the punt.
Empty backfield for Lee. Drops back to pass. Good coverage from his line. Tigers breaking through. Lee still rolling to his right. Make something out of nothing. Called a 6-7 yard gain there on first down for Lee. Initially through the line, that was Dylan Kramer. The full head of steam going towards Mac Lee.
Yeah, used a lot of time. Mustangs using a lot of time right now trying to get set. Down to a minute and a half here. Need to get out of bounds. Next play. They may end up having to use their timeout here or try to get another play ran in. That's going to end up being a loss of 2.
Not for sure if that was a design quarterback run there.
No, it was a little bobble on the snap there.
Yeah.
All the timing was thrown off. So down to a minute. Mustangs taking a lot of time here getting stuff accomplished. And right now, Zeller needs to back up a little bit. He is in the neutral zone because the line official is about a yard in the wrong spot.
Another empty backfield for Lee. 3 receivers near side. Lee looking, fires, caught DeBita. He'll be met right at the first down marker.
Let's see if Clay Center uses a timeout right here to stop the clock on the 4th down.
40 seconds remaining. Be 4th and short for the Mustangs. I believe they will.
They're just going to let it run out. Try to run one more play just as the clock's expiring so Tigers don't really have an opportunity to do anything. Let it click all the way down.
Timeout Rock Creek.
That's their final timeout. The timeout's going to be brought to you by Roach Media Group.
Roach Media Group, where media work is their true passion and their primary focus, located in St. George, Kansas. They are your local friendly professional photographer with an assortment of packages available from professional headshots, family and senior portraits, engagements, and weddings. Providing high-resolution image files or prints taken on location or in their studio, Roach Media Group can also provide professional edits. If you are a realtor, Roach Media Group is your local area expert in real estate photography and videography. Ask about the drone and 360 view camera tours when you reach out to them today at roachmediagroup.com or call 785-979-0527. Roach Media Group. Shout out Cody. Shout out other Cody. 5.9 on the scoreboard left until halftime. And that first half flew by.
It did fly by. And Jelena, it's okay. We did go back, and because we wanted to make sure we gave Taburin credit for the interception, we kind of got excited and skipped over a little bit, but
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper. That'll do it for the first half of play. Just kidding. 2.2 seconds left.
just kidding.
Making sure you guys were still aware, viewers at home. One more play here for the Mustangs. Lee back to pass. Pocket collapsing. Oh, well, just kidding. So that was the last play of the first half.
It's all good. So Lee managed to pick up another 5 yards there on his last play, but Mustangs going into halftime 7-0. They will have the ball to start the second half. We will keep the cameras going, but due to copyrights of music, we will actually have the sound muted. But before we step away, we're going to have a little brief message from, we got Lyman Productions queued up and ready to go.
Works for me. Welcome back to Backroad Broadcasting's presentation of high school football. Isaiah Dobbins, Judd McCormick here at The Rock. Mustangs leading 7-0 coming out of halftime. A not so much action-packed first half by any stretch of the word, but ultimately a good half by both teams.
Yeah, good half by both teams. Big defenses really playing on both sides of the ball. You know, Clay Center Tigers probably hampered just a little bit. We talked about before the game, number 5, Cole Pladson, quarterback, middle linebacker, about 65% of their total offense. Sustained an injury last week, I believe it was. Probably not 100%, but I know we're getting that time of year really in high school football where very few people are 100%, but he is a gamer. But we'll talk about that a little bit. So after the last sack he had there right at the end of the first half, he's got 5 carries for 9 yards. Mustang really keeping the whole running game in check right now for the Tigers. Hammond's got 9 carries for 12 yards, and Owen Craig's actually he's ended up with 2 carries for -2 yards because his big gain was basically called back, only ended up with about a 3-yard gain on that, and then, of course, got tackled for a loss on the next time they tried to end around. Right now in passing, Pladson is 4 for 11 for 48 yards and an interception. So Mustangs, right now we talked about it with them as well. Mac Lee is usually the starting point for all offense. They really didn't throw the ball much at all in the first half. Only 4 attempts. Mac Lee was 3 for 4 for 11 yards. They really just kind of spent more time on the ground. Zion Bell had 3 carries for 16 yards. Mac Lee had 14 carries for about 62 yards. So of those 4 catches, only 3 were for a gain. 1 was only for a 1-yard pickup on a wide receiver screen to Martini. Zeller with a 6-yard pickup, and Donovan DeBito with a 4-yard pickup. Other than that, Clay Center Tigers secondary really kind of getting the job done. Again, Mustangs haven't attempted a whole lot of passes, but really haven't gotten a whole lot out of it when they've done it. So neither team's been exceptional from the third down. Mustangs are 0 for 5 on third down conversions. Clay Center is 1 for 5 on their third down conversions. So, yeah, not a whole lot happening offensively. Defense has really kind of controlled the game. Only 1 turnover in the game for the Tigers for either team. Tigers had it on a Cole Pladson interception to number 15 for the Mustangs, to Buren. So other than that, it's actually been a pretty clean game. A couple penalties here and there, but not quite what we saw last week. It was a pretty penalty-filled game. Particularly the first half, it felt like last week. But only 3 penalties between the 2 teams, all of them for 10 yards. So,
and, I mean, we're going over your stats there, Judd. I mean, you said the offenses weren't really clicking or firing on all cylinders, but Mustangs really in their, drives in the second quarter were efficient. I mean, they advanced the football. That last, their first to last possession, they come away with a score. That's why they're up 7-0. But I think we'll kind of be in for a different second half. I don't think we'll see the offenses quite as stagnant. I think, Clay Center will probably come out with some adjustments. The same with the Mustangs. They may look to air it out a little more. They may look to keep it on the ground. I mean, Mac Lee had 3 out of the 4 snaps for that led up to that yard touchdown run. So we'll see what both teams drew up coming out of halftime.
Yeah, it's definitely the war in the trenches here in the first half. Line of scrimmage for the Tigers. Sometimes they were winning, and sometimes the Mustangs were winning. Picking up little chips here and there on the running game from both teams. But, really I don't think either line is completely dominated or established either side of the ball, and that's kind of why we've seen the back and forth a little bit. Mustangs got the last word there. Had the 2 possessions with under 4 minutes, managed to get 1 touchdown and didn't get another one, but got it on a really – let's be honest, they got a really, really short field on a 4-and-out by the Tigers on that sack and basically set themselves up. So it wasn't like they had a lot of great plays that got them in the end zone. It was basically 3 or 4 simple runs that got the job done. They were just working on a really, really short field. And so far that's been the difference. So Mustangs will get the ball here to start the second half, but as we're kind of walking through this, we can talk about a little bit of scores in and around the area before the kickoff happens. Right now in that District 5 3A play, Marysville is currently leading Abilene at halftime 14-7. Concordia is over Chapman 22-6. Some other scores in the area: Buhler 9, Wamego 0, Riley 13, St. Mary's 6, Pratt 6, Wichita Collegiate 28. No score yet for Nickerson Andale. Don't have a Cheney score just yet. Holton is leading Jeff West 27-3. Wellsville over Santa Fe Trail 22-0. Tonganoxie over Bonner Springs 35-0. Manhattan's currently leading Emporia 38-0. And Hayes and Junction City are tied up at 7 at halftime. So those are some of the scores that we have in and around the area as we're getting ready to start second half of football here at the Rock.
Back deep for the Mustangs, Eli Bell and Dawson Rankin. This one will be returnable. Goes to Bell. Bell bounces it out to the right side. He's got the speed. Beats one man. Is he going to go all the way? 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eli Bell. Mustangs strike first coming out of halftime. I will say I was kind of I thought it was going to be stuffed right up the middle, and then Bell bounced it out to that right side and didn't look back.
Yeah, not terribly different from last week on a very opening kickoff. 92-yard run for Bell. About a 95-yard return this time. You're right. It looked like it was stuffed up there in the middle. Clay Center looked like they were back there going to stop them and around the 20, 25-yard line.
And if we do have replay on that one, run that back.
Yeah, do we have replay on that one, Cody Liming? There we go.
So, I mean, decent kick, but
Oh, looks
I
like
don't know if this was a little design, but
about an 89-yard return there. But, yeah, just kicked it to the outside edge, and that was all he needed. Yeah, looks like the extra point is
good.
Up and good. So, best thing you can hope for the Mustangs is getting touchdowns without your offense on the field. So,
yeah.
Opening kickoff here, the second half. Eli Bell going about 88, 89 yards. Got it there on about the 11-yard line. So, 89-yard return this week for a touchdown, 92 yards last week. So, probably going to stop kicking to him, I'm guessing.
So does that mean next week he's due for an 86-yard
maybe
touchdown return? I'm sensing a pattern here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, what better way to try to get things going for the Mustangs? I mean, special teams last couple of weeks has been spectacular. I actually had that as a route to victory last week, was winning special teams. I wasn't expecting it to happen the way it happened, but, you know, talk about it, K-State all the time. Well, they lead the nation since, 1999 with the most touchdowns or non-offensive touchdowns in the entire country. So special teams is often overlooked, but as you can see there, it's a big break for the Mustangs now with a 2-possession lead without actually having to run a play or get into their playbook, and Tigers are going to have to start chipping away.
As the kids would say, special teams, special plays, and special players there, Judd.
Wow. Now I have to write that down. I didn't know that's what kids were saying. I'm old. Have to work that into every broadcast. From about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
That's Craig.
Oh, we got a late flag coming in there. Where that's thrown, that could be one of two things. We'd have a holding in there. So I think that's what the initial signal is going to be, is a holding on the Tigers, so that'll push them back. That happened right there, not far from where it was at, so they're actually probably going to lose about 14 yards from the return.
And Tigers have been somewhat successful on the offensive end. They were able to get in the red zone, knock it on the end zone. I mean, they got the ball down to about I think it was 25, 20-yard line-ish.
Yeah, they were inside. They were in the red zone. They were on about the 15, 16-yard line with a 4th down, and unfortunately, for them, they just didn't have the right play at the right time. Mustangs with a big hold there, and that's really what's kept them out of the end zone. That's the only scoring opportunity they've really had at this point in time, but getting ready to start their first possession here in the second half.
Hammond, the backfield. That'll be Platson on the quarterback keeper. Wade Routinghouse and Nick Allen on the stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, tough going still for the running game for the Tigers.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Platson back to pass, pocket collapsing, fires to the right side. Just over the head of his intended target. It's Owen Craig. Bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that was probably one of the better outcomes on that particular one. Taburin was actually coming over. He had to throw up over to Buren and try to throw it in between the two and drop it in, and just kind of sailed it over his head a little bit there. But again, we talked about it before the game. They got to figure out how to get number 20 involved a little bit more for the Tigers. We know Pladson's not 100%, but he's out there. He's a gamer. He's doing what he can, and even though he may have a bum wheel, he still has a fantastic arm, and the Mustangs have to respect it.
Mustangs bring pressure. Platson fires at the sticks.
That is, looks like it's going to end up being good enough for a first down. Let's say it was right at it.
That'll be Rylan Gurney, freshman.
Oh, Rylan Gurney. There's a new number and name.
It's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 10:53 remaining here, 3rd quarter. One receiver near side. Platson, quarterback keeper. Corday Kirksey and Ezra Spiller on the stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, not much happening there between the tackles. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage on that. You almost feel like they're kind of setting the Mustangs up, though, at some point in time. They keep running it up the middle. They're getting nothing done with it. Mustangs may take it for granted. All of a sudden, you just feel that play that's coming, that end around, that bounce to the outside, a jet sweep, or a quick pass to the slot, something that gets to the outside edge. You can almost sense it.
See what they do here. 2nd and 10. This time, give is to Hammond up the middle. Gain of a few on the play. Nick Allen on the stop again for the Mustangs.
Pick up of maybe about 4 there. Again, hard running, so that's 16 yards on 10 carries what I have for Hammond. So far off of his normal average. Like you said, he came in here with 6.2 yards per carry. He's running at about 1.6 tonight.
Platson looking to pass, rolls to his right, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run it.
I think the tackle from behind is going to push him just past the first down.
I think you're right. Let's see.
Yeah, looks like they're moving the sticks. So 7-yard pickup there for Platson on the scramble. So he may not be 100%, but looked to me like he's still moving okay.
Yeah. So ball on the 35 for the Tigers. 1st and 10. 9 minutes to play here. 3rd quarter. Twin receivers either side. Here's Platson, quarterback keeper. Up the middle. Good run for Platson. Back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, so finally getting some positive yardage going there, so that pushes them up to about 28 yards on the game. So Mustangs came with a blitz, but it looked like Bell just ran right by Platson at that point in time. I think he was coming on Pladson's left side of the center. Platson went to the right of the center and picked up 11 yards on that one. So I don't think the Mustangs need to get too creative on defense, just need to keep doing what they've been doing. Don't give up the big play, but
Platson, another quarterback keeper. This time, not a lot of real estate there.
yeah, and you can see Taburin coming from the safety position to come up. This is one of the secondary tacklers on that. Bell hitting them in the hole. Taburin coming up, so keep an eye on that. You see the safety coming up like that. You see some play action. You may end up catching somebody coming in too early and got a deep ball going up the middle. So those are kind of things that what I'm playing my video game that I'm looking for.
Wideouts either side. This time give us to Craig. He's got a hole. Nice run there by Owen Craig. And Craig not getting necessarily as much volume as Weston Hammond, but definitely the more efficient back here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a couple sweeps with him, and one was extremely successful, but there was a hold that brought it back. Mustang sniffed out the other one, but that was good for another 9-yard pickup for the Tigers. Now they're sitting at 1.5 a yard, so they're just going to do the big push and pick up about 3 yards and another first down.
Good opening drive here from the Tigers.
Yeah, they're keeping the sticks moving, is doing what they want to do, but at the same time, when you look over at the clock, they've actually had the ball now for about 5 minutes here in this half. So, I think really the Mustangs, they've kind of been in a bend and break situation before, but you're fine with that clock just rolling off. Get down to red zone, that's where things get tougher.
So, Tigers in Mustang territory now. Here's Platson, drops back to pass, quick hitter over the middle, caught. That will be number 28, Ethan Letzel.
Is that 28 or 20? Yeah, 20.
Check that, Owen Craig on the reception.
And looks like it's going to be good for a first down. So they're rolling off chunks here now.
And not only that, but about approaching 6 minutes of time of possession. So really a slow, methodical drive, but also kind of making a statement here for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably averaging about 8 yards a down right now.
Platson, quarterback keeper. Looks like he'll be tripped up by number 34, Tristan Meyer.
So they've almost doubled their first downs in the entire game just on this possession alone. So they've picked up 4 first downs here. They only had 4 in the entire first half. So, yeah, whatever they went in and talked about at halftime, they found something in the Mustang defense that they're exploiting quite well right now. And they're talking about it. You got to take what the defense gives you. They're not shooting the ball 30 yards downfield. They're taking their 5- and 10-yard chunks, and it's been very effective thus far in their first possession of the second half.
And not only that, but these slow possessions where very run heavy can kind of be a wear and tear on your defense as well. Hammond, he'll be slung down. Decent run on first down for him. But, I mean, just constantly,
No, you're absolutely right. This is the longest that we've seen either defense actually have to be on the field. So, generally this time of year, your conditioning is much better than, say, the first game or something like that.
Right.
So the defense ought to be good. Mustangs have enough depth. They can roll bodies in here or there. But, yeah, this is the longest their defense has been out on the field now. They've been out there for about 7 minutes and got a big third down stop here that they're trying to get.
Platson back to pass, fires over the middle. Incomplete. 4th and 5 now for the Tigers.
Was that Wahlberg that just missed it?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it looks like according to what I have, Tigers are 2 for 7 on third down conversions. Only made one attempt on the fourth down. That did not go terribly well. Actually, they had 2 attempts on fourth downs. Going for it again here. So, again, it's going to start with number 5.
Weller and Henry, the wide receivers for the Tigers. Platson back to pass, pocket collapsing, fires down the middle. That will be just in and out of his hands. Owen Craig had daylight, but Mustangs will take over on downs.
Yeah, we have a replay on that. I'm curious if he touched that or if it was just out of his reach. That was really, really close.
Yeah, we'll take another look at this one. I mean,
Oh, looks
just
let him just a bit much. Looks like you almost want to dive, lay out for that.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, Owen Craig covered some ground there for, Platson really only having about a second to throw that football.
He absolutely did. Mustangs were in the backfield quick. Platson didn't have a whole lot. Kind of threw that off his back foot, but you're right. Owen Craig, we've talked about it before. He is an athlete. He got down the field on that and unfortunately just couldn't quite run underneath that. Yeah, Mustang offense kind of starting the second half where they let off the first half. Really, Mac Lee. He's got 15 carries so far in the game, 64 yards. Again, we talked about last week on one of the last few that he even carried, got up over the century mark in rushing. Like to see him work Zion Bell in just a little bit more at the run game, but I think they're going to be pretty conservative until they get it out to midfield.
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper, this time up the left side.
I think we're going to have a hold in the backfield there.
Good eye there, Jed. 2 flags on the play. Yeah, I think, you get running back a little more involved. I'm not necessarily say you turn away from the quarterback run, but even just, a little RPO, just getting that motion to try and get the defense to bite a little bit, because right now it's, quarterback run, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And again, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback up here, but I'm seeing Pladson out there still playing middle linebacker. I know he is a big part of that defense, but I think if you can get him off the field for some of these possessions to keep him healthy and keep him good, I think it's always a good idea to do that. But, yeah, he's getting beat up on both ends, and really when your offense runs through somebody like him, I think if you can, get him off the defensive side every once in a while here. Not every play, but.
Empty backfield for Lee.
Prime example there, you have a 2nd and 20. I don't know if you really need an outside linebacker on that particular play. Give him a breather, give him a chance to kind of relax the leg a little bit, just move around, walk around. But, again, it's easy to say up here. He's a team leader. He probably wants to be out there. The coaches probably couldn't pull him out if they wanted to. He's like,
yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Gavin Riles on the stop for the Tigers on that last play. 2nd and 16 now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, long 3rd down here for the Mustangs. Kind of a big one, too, deep in Tiger territory.
Lee rolling to his right, fires downfield.
He's got a man.
For Zeller. Had a step on his man. Just couldn't make the play.
Yeah, tried to come back for it. Looked like it was in and out of the hands of Zeller there. So, good stop there for the Tigers. Long 4th down. Mustang's going to punt this away. Looks like Owen Craig is back. Always a dangerous return man. So right here you can get really good field position for the Tigers, if not more. So you're going to have good coverage. Bell's got a good leg, so he's going to be trying to put everything he has into this one.
Right. That one close to being blocked. Good punt from Bell.
Yeah, so Tigers are going to take over the 2nd possession here of the 2nd half from.
We got Bell down on the field.
To get ran into. Yeah, Bell down on the field. While he's down on the field, we're going to step away and take a break right quick. This break's going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture. Faith Furniture, serving the Manhattan and surrounding area since 1952. Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all of their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture in your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by today and save at Faith Furniture. Located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. When it comes to buying new furniture, you've got to have faith. Also brought to you by AP Graphics. AP Graphics.
Finding the right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions, the best screen printing and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniform hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. Shop online at shopap.net. Call 494-8282 AP Graphics. Good to see Bell up on his own accord there.
Yeah, it may look like it was maybe just a cramp. Hopefully that's all it was. Tigers taking over on about the 45.5-yard line.
So 2:40 to play here in the third quarter. Platson back to pass. Fires down the field for Weller into double coverage. And even though, that was a highly contested pass, thrown in double coverage, I mean, good ball by Platson. I mean, very catchable ball from Weller, but.
Yeah, and again, you want to see your defense turn and look to try to find that ball.
Right.
If there's any contact and you're not turning and looking, it's almost guaranteed pass interference. So, but yeah, trying to stretch out that defense just a little bit, try to keep those safeties honest.
Platson back to pass again.
He's got a lot of room over here.
Good run from Platson.
Yeah, 16-yard pickup there. That's one of the longer runs, and we got another Mustang player down.
I believe that's Corday Kirksey.
Mustangs were coming with a blitz on that. Corners had good coverage. Safeties had basically everybody was back with good coverage, and there was a whole lot of room in between the line of scrimmage and where the secondary was. So 16 yards for Platson. Wasn't the most skillful cut, but just enough to bring it back in. Picked up about another 5 or 6 yards. To Buren had him kind of cut off, but Platson again, we talked about it. He may not be 100%, but even at 75%, he's probably still one of the more dangerous quarterbacks that you see in and around the league.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I think he's got accustomed to, only having about 1 to 2 seconds to throw the football. So he kind of went through his first progression, second progression wasn't there. Saw green grass in front of him. Good run on the play.
Yeah, and while we have a Mustang being tended to on the field, we're going to go ahead and step away for a second, go to Outdoor Bank.
Hey, I'm Avery Johnson, quarterback for the K-State Wildcats. With the current climate of NIL and college sports, it's extremely important to have a banking partner you relate to. Outdoor Bank has some of the same interests that I do as a 19-year-old college student. The modern conveniences and personalized service allows me to focus on the things I do best. They're going out of their way to make it more like in style and more appealing for people of my age.
Also brought to you by WTC Communications. WTC Communications, your local leading edge communication service provider with over 100 years of service. WTC offers voice, internet, video, and other managed services. Supported by great customer service and a 24-hour help desk, WTC's dedication to advanced technology and local communities is the reason why we're able to broadcast and stream this game tonight online. Visit them at WTCKS.com. WTC, keeping you connected.
.227 remaining here, third quarter. Weller, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Hammond joins Platson in the backfield. 2 receivers far side. Platson, quarterback keeper up the right side. We brought down just short of the first down.
Yeah, they keep working and they keep getting these 8 to 10 yard gains, 8 to 10 yard gains here and there. Again, there's another about 8-yard pickup there by Platson.
Yeah, Cole Platson sending a little message to Mac Lee saying, you are not the only quarterback that can run.
Absolutely. Yeah, we knew both sides. As we talked about it, win the quarterback matchup. We knew both teams relied heavily on their QBs.
Platson Hennessy throws for that far sideline. That'll be tipped away by Valberg.
Yeah, good job by Valberg getting over there late. Platson kind of had to throw that off his back foot again. Mustangs were coming hard. Contact rise, he was throwing it. But again, he's got such a strong arm, he can get it down there, but Mustangs able to get over. You got basically Valberg and Taburin usually back in the safety positions right now. You got Pendle back there in safety. So Mustangs starting to roll in some different players, try to keep some fresh bodies out there on the field on this long third down or short third down attempt.
Platson, quarterback keeper. He's got the first down.
Well, that was a hard tackle right at the end of that play.
So minute 20 remaining here, third quarter. So if the Tigers can put points on the board and, you know, kind of run out the rest of this third quarter, things get very interesting.
Yeah, you know, they were using a lot of clock in their first possession. They almost used like 7 minutes, but it seems like here the last 4 minutes of this quarter is really kind of drug out a little bit. First 7 went really, really fast. Of course, we had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and Tigers were chipping and got down close to the red zone before getting stalled out again. And right now, Mustangs kind of hoping for that same thing. Step up right here on 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, trying to keep the Tigers out of the end zone and off the scoreboard.
.50 seconds remaining. Platson drops back to pass, rolling to his left, back to his right. Looking for a man downfield. He's going to decide to keep this one. And might be a loss of yardage there from the Tigers. Just under 30 seconds to play here, third quarter.
Yeah, well, it went from about a loss of about 15 back into a loss of 2, so he's so dangerous back there scrambling. He kept that play alive probably for 10 seconds longer than any quarterback should be allowed to. But
Right. And I think at that point, you know, instead of trying to run and taking a loss of yardage, maybe just throwing that one away. But we'll see if they can get the play off here before the end of the quarter. They do. And the give will be to Hammond. Hammond up the middle. Will have enough for the first down.
Yeah, he's right there close. See where they spot that. But yeah, it looks like that was about a 13-yard gain there for Hammond. That was his longest run of the night by far.
And at the end of 3 quarters of play, Mustangs lead 14-0. Play of the third quarter, really, that 89-yard touchdown return by Eli Bell. But still, both defenses very well still in this game, both offenses as well.
Yep, this break is going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture.
Serving Manhattan and the surrounding area since 1952, Faith Furniture takes pride in the value, selection, knowledge, and family experience they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. The full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery. Stop by today and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. When it comes to buying new furniture, you got to have faith.
Also brought to you by Backroads Broadcasting, your primary partner for Rock Creek Mustang Sports, bringing the action home to you. While we're always working hard on ideas, innovations, and technologies to help our broadcasts, we can always use a little help from our supporters and listeners. If you're looking for a live broadcast at a future event or interested in being a sponsor or advertiser for future events or events happening right now, contact us at sales@brbc.live. We offer flexible ad package, perpetual visibility online, and local targeted audience. If you enjoyed our free broadcast tonight and like to help out BRB, you can always donate through Cash App at $BRBCL or Venmo at BRBCL. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We got a good crowd online, so thank you for being part of the BRB community. Backroads Broadcasting's bringing the action home to you.
And for those of you listeners, we do love interacting with you, so let us know where you're watching from here this evening.
Yeah, and you're about to get treated in our next dead ball to a bandit brain teaser we like to do here, a little riddle or trivia question for you.
Platson, quarterback keeper up to the left side, nowhere to go, cuts it back.
Oh, that's close.
Close.
I thought they had him stop short, but he
Yeah.
still somehow managed to fall
Yep.
forward. It's hard to see where they spot it. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Shout out to David Ferris watching from Clay Center. So 4th and 2 coming up for the Tigers.
Oh, yeah. 4th and 2. I jumped the gun. I do that sometimes, folks.
This time Platson under center. Looks to the sideline, changing the play.
Got a good push there by the offensive line. I think he got that pretty easily, but you talk about all the time, low man wins, and Tiger offensive line got a good push off the ball right there.
Brennan Ebert watching from about 3 miles up the road from the Rock. Go Mustangs. Dwayne Jones watching from Grand Lake, Oklahoma.
Where's that? I know about 5 towns in Oklahoma. That isn't on my repertoire of towns. I spent a summer in Hades, otherwise known as Altus, Oklahoma. So another first down there. At the end of the third quarter, Abilene Cowboys and Marysville Bulldogs are all knotted up at 14.
Platson, another quarterback keeper. This time bounces it out to the right side. Burst of speed. Be brought down short the goal line.
Yeah, he's close to another first down now. We'll see where they mark that at.
And I will be shocked if this next play does not go back to him. I mean.
Yeah, inside the 5.
Yeah, I mean.
First and goal from 5-yard line. I mean, it's hard to actually save it. Platson actually looks like he's running better in the second half than he was in the first half. Owen Craig on the around.
Well defended there by the Mustangs. Save. Tigers could have turned that one into a little bit of a read play.
Yeah.
All they had Mustangs kind of shifting all to that far side.
That's the 4th time they've ran the sweep to Craig to the left like that. So at some point in time, you wonder if there's going to be another fake handoff in there in a play action.
This time, give up the middle. That's to Hammond.
Hammond for about maybe a yard gain. Maybe picked up 2 on the play.
John Perkins watching from Deming, New Mexico.
Whoa, we're spreading the map out tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
It's 3rd and 4 now for the Tigers. 9:15 remaining here, 4th quarter. Platson back to pass, rolling to his right pocket, collapsing pump fake, still on his feet. Hit as he throws.
Is that a fumble? It's going to be.
Flag on the play.
They're going to get together on this. They're going to call out intentional grounding on this one. His hand was coming forward, so not a fumble. On the field, it looks like it's going to be, yeah, they're going to call that off. So made it back to the line of scrimmage. I think that's what they were just trying to check on. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers. Sebin would like to have a conversation about that. I don't think it was so much about a receiver in the area, but whether it got back to the line of scrimmage. But Yeah, he's done a good job of getting rid of that ball at the very last second several times tonight.
Big fourth down here for both teams. Pladson joining the backfield by Hammond. Pladson off to Hammond. Hammond stood up by the Mustang front. Beering in on the stop. He kind of was the initial tackler on that play.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one beauty thing about being inside the red zone. Now all of a sudden you're free safety. He's not sitting 20 yards off the ball, but he's actually only about 6 or 7 yards off the ball, so he's like another linebacker in there. He's been able to read those plays as good as any safety we've seen this year, probably other than, I can't think of his name right now for Wamega, number 24 seemed to be involved in everything as well, but good job there by the Mustangs, turn it over. Now they got a long field and a lot of clock they need to burn up on this possession.
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper up the middle. Mac Lee into the secondary, still on his feet. He'll have the first down. Jelena says Grand Lake, Oklahoma looks like it's northeast Oklahoma and good for bass fishing. Hey, there we go. Judd, I know what we're doing on football offseason this fall. Little backroads fishing trip.
Phineas, I know what we're doing today. 18-yard pickup there for Mac Lee on the quarterback keeper. That is his longest run of the night. Came at an opportune time. Mustangs pushed back inside their own 4-yard line. A little bit of breathing room now for the Mustangs kind of dig into their playbook a little bit more.
Empty backfield for Lee. Lee, direct snap quarterback keeper. Gain of a few. About 8 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and I don't imagine you're going to see a whole lot of pass plays unless they get into a long yardage situation. They want to keep that clock moving, maybe force the Tigers into using one of their timeouts, if not 2 of their timeouts on this possession. 2-possession lead for the Mustangs. Mac Lee sitting at about 86 yards right now. Only needing another 14 to get his second straight 100-yard rushing game. And my guess is they're going to work really, really hard on this this drive to get it to him.
Lee's going to throw it this time. That's complete to number 25. This is Jacob Perkins. We do have a flag on the play.
I'm going to go with an illegal formation. Not sure there was a holding out there on the outside edge. They hadn't even got to it yet. Mustangs kind of tipped themselves a little bit on the pass play there. If you were watching, the right tackle was kind of back off the line a little bit more. That might be, yeah, legal procedure. So I'm kind of just wondering about that on the outside edge.
So back the Mustangs up.
So 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down. So kind of like the Chiefs last year when they were playing the Lions. You knew if it was a pass when their tackle was 3 yards off the ball. You knew if it was a run if he was on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, yeah. So bring up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs now. Empty backfield for Lee. Lee, quarterback keeper, bounces it up the right side. Will gain some of the penalty yardage back. Not much.
Yeah, Jelena, so if you look up Altus, Oklahoma, it's clear in the southwest corner. I think it's about 15 miles from north of Texas and about 20 miles from the Texas Panhandle. So complete opposite area of Grand Lake.
We got Patrick's inbound.
Oh, SpongeBob. Ooh.
Lee back to pass, fires. Far side, incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication there. The receivers kind of went opposite directions. So break for the Tigers right here. So turnover on downs didn't end up amounting much to the Mustangs. Only picked up really one positive play. That was the 18-yard scramble by Mac Lee. Mustangs back out the punt again. Owen Craig back deep for the Tigers. Dangerous return, man.
Jennifer, to answer your question, it was Caleb Conroe and Ayla Klingenberg. for your homecoming king and queen.
I actually had that wrote down. I was going to mention that a couple times, but I'm mediocre at my job.
Craig bobbles the punt, falls on it.
Oh, and I don't think he still had possession. I think the Mustangs are going to end up with that ball.
Mustang football.
Yeah, it looked like he got back on it, but there at the last second, it was still free. Mustangs dove on it.
Yeah.
Big break for the Mustangs there. So, going to get another possession here,
let's
starting on the Mustang 45-yard. Going to
Take
take a look at that?
Yeah,
Take a look at
let's
that.
take another look at that. Well, we got to, yeah. I mean, might as well.
The Backroads Broadcasting an instant replay. So a little bit of a bobble. Kind of dribbled it, but no, did not ever get possession back of it. So
It looks like Cooper Seaman might have got his hands on that one, too. Kind of prying it free from Craig to get it back to the Mustangs. So Mustangs in good field position here after the turnover. Mac Lee, quarterback keeper up the right side. He's got room. Good gain on first down from Mac Lee. So time definitely a factor now for the Tigers with 6:25 remaining here, fourth quarter.
yeah, that was about the biggest break you could hope for as a Mustang fan, was getting the ball back on the Tiger 45-yard line with only about 6.5 minutes in the game.
Another quarterback keeper for Lee. He goes airborne. He'll have the first down.
That's about a 9-yard pickup. I have him now at about 102 yards, so quite possibly another 100-yard rushing game for Mac Lee. Of course, that's unofficial because my math stinks, so we usually have to wait till afterwards.
We'll confirm with our statistician up here.
Yeah, I give myself a thumbs up.
Ezra Spiller in at running back for the Mustangs now. First and 10. Mac Lee, another quarterback keeper, this time with the left side.
Pick up about 8 yards. I think that's definitely over 100. Well, we got to see if we could bring up a Bandit brain teaser here while we got the game going.
Ooh.
Short stop Bandit brain teaser. Not a lot of passing tonight, but which team has the most touchdown passes thrown in a single season in Kansas high school history? What team has the most touchdown passes thrown in a single season in Kansas high school history? I'll have the answer for you here in a little bit, but if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and want to throw an answer in the chat, let me know.
Another run for Lee. Another first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, this is a district game, so you can get up to a 21-point differential, so the Mustangs would love to get that third touchdown, not trying to run up the score, but, yeah, anything in a point differential, 21-plus is all the same. But, yeah, they'd like to have a point differential because it may come down to that between Clay Center, Marysville, and Rock Creek is really a point differential. We'll know more next week when Rock Creek travels to Marysville to take it on. But right now, they're in a dogfight of their own with the Abilene Cowboys, 14-all at the end of the third quarter.
Another keeper for Mac Lee. Be stopped by number 25 of the Tigers, Isaac Girton.
That was a rough yard and a half gain.
Jelena says I'm going to go with Smith Center.
Well, it's hard to go wrong with guessing Smith Center on a lot of things. They seem to dominate football for off and on for 30 years.
Jason Pladson watching from Hatton, North Dakota.
We'll give the answer here at about the 3-minute mark for anybody else that wants to get a guess in there.
Mac Lee, another quarterback keeper.
Maria Campbell's either saying Clay Center is the answer or she's watching in from Clay Center, one or the other.
3 minutes to play here, fourth quarter.
See what the Mustangs want to do here. 3rd and 4. Really like to pick up that first down, get a goal to go. Question again. What team has the most touchdown passes through a single season in Kansas high school history? An entire season. Touchdown passes for a single team. That's going to be an encroachment right there. They're going to pick up the first down the easy way. So that's going to give them 1st and goal from 5-yard line.
I think I'm going to throw Derby out there. I think that's going to be my answer.
Watching from Clay Center. Thank you, Marcia. Marcia. Let me say that right. It's like saying the Haitians. Yeah, Dave, I wasn't going to mention that Smith Center very rarely ever threw the ball. They were kind of a wishbone running offense.
Mac Lee, quarterback keeper, in for 6. 2 rushing touchdowns for Mac Lee this evening.
So the answer to that question, right after this, that touchdown by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl, Rock Creek alum, a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule a consultation today or tomorrow.
Or
Monday.
Sunday.
Or any day. Maybe. They probably have hours. Kick is up and good. Mustangs take a 21-0 lead here with 2:12 left to go. To answer that question, Blue Valley North.
Oh, okay.
In 2018, Blue Valley North had 62 touchdown passes as a team.
Wow.
Regular season. And what's crazy is they're not even considered the most prolific passing team in Kansas high school history. That's one of the few passing records they actually own. There's another team that owns quite a bit more, but I'm not going to give that away in case we want to use that in the future. Let's see what else we got to do yet tonight. Did I get everything in? That's done. That's done. That's done.
62, you said, was the answer? 62 touchdowns?
62 passing touchdowns, 2018 Blue Valley North.
Wow. Quarterback had a season.
So I looked. That is to see if there's a difference between 11-man and 8-man. And that's actually the record for all of high school. I believe the 8-man record is 58, something like that, touchdowns. It was in the 50s.
Jelena, that would be Jackson Pendel.
Or Pendle.
Pendel.
There's a deep kick.
That one will bounce into the end zone.
Carter Graham said Axtell. I think that's how they pronounce it down here.
Yeah.
It's Axtell, Nebraska, but I think it's Axtell, Kansas.
Tomato.
I did cable back in the
okay.
1986. Put a cable in at Axtell, Nebraska. Yeah, I believe they currently have, and I don't know how tonight's going, but they, last I knew, after last week, they had the longest winning streak in the state of Kansas. I believe they are a 3-time 8-man champion. Maybe more. I think they're sitting at 46 wins maybe. I'll have to look that up.
2:12 remaining here, fourth quarter. Mustangs lead by 3 scores.
New quarterback.
That'll be number 7, Colton Tadman.
So coming into tonight's game, he's actually only got 1 attempted pass. It's like we said, a lot of things run through Pladson. Now the 3-possession lead by the Mustangs. Get Pladson out of the game. Don't want to risk any additional injuries to him.
Here's Tadman back to pass. Fires. Caught. Craig.
Oh, nice move.
Cross over the 40-yard line.
Tough split of the defense there after the catch.
Yeah.
Two defenders around him, a lot of receivers. Normally not a big fan of that, and they hear the footsteps coming, but good job by Craig sticking in there, not only getting that, picking up a few more yards after the reception.
Tabman back to pass again, stepping up into the pocket. Ball's out.
The Mustangs end up with it.
Recover. We can see a instant replay on that one more time. Just want to
see who struck that out.
Yeah, just want to credit the sack to the right person.
Backroads Broadcasting instant replay. I like saying that.
So good initial protection there for Tabman. And I believe that is 57. I believe that's Corday Kirksey. And again, I mean, Mustang front three really, I mean, just kind of set the tone the past two games.
Yeah, so right here is kind of a situation. Mac Lee's back in, doesn't really need to be there the minute 44. Last thing I want to do is run Mac Lee. Mac Lee. You don't want him getting injured either, so expect to see this handoff going. Oh, correct me.
Fires for Zeller. Caught out of bounds.
Not a play I was expecting, but maybe that's why they were trying to take advantage of it. But yeah, you had Spiller there in the background or backfield. I think Bell's back there now. We just try to run this clock out without getting anybody injured.
Here's Bell up the left side. Bell still on his feet. Good run from Zion Bell.
Yeah, 20-yard pickup there for Bell. So another first down for the Mustangs. Getting the clock almost down an area where you can just, well, like victory formation. I don't know why they got to give Neil on it that special name, but it's Neil on it.
Yeah.
So I'll try to give some other updates in and around the area if I can before we go off the air tonight.
Bell on the keeper again. Bell still on his feet. Nice run again from Zion Bell. That time again at 9. So.
Yeah, it puts him at 45 yards just there in the last couple of carries on 5 attempts.
Just under a minute to play.
Let's see, Holton up 48-3 on Jeff West. Bueller 16, Wamego 15. That's in the fourth quarter.
Mackley will take a knee.
See if I can find some other scores for you here before we roll us out. Mustangs going to take this one 21-0. Going to have to one more kneel down. Wellsville up big over Santa Fe Trail, 43-13. Rose Hill over McPherson right now in the third quarter, 18-13. Bishop Miege over St. Thomas Academy, 24-21. Collegiate up 42-12 over Pratt in the fourth. Kind of struggling through here. Trying to find the Abilene-Marysville score. That's another one, big one here in District 6. So I'll have somebody else looking for that as we try to give these updates. But Mustangs winning this 21-0 over the Clay Center Tigers here on homecoming night. Congratulations to homecoming king Caleb Conroe and Queen Ayla Klingenberg. Mackley, another big night. Not so much passing, only had 11 yards passing. Only 3 completions on 7 attempts, but didn't need to. Had 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. on about 26 carries. So we're definitely doing a workload tonight. Of course, the opening of the second half started out with an 89-yard touchdown return by Eli Bell. Wasn't the difference in the game, but it was kind of almost a straw that broke the camel's back there a little bit.
Right.
Cole Pladson had a good second half, at least from running the ball. Struggled a little bit on the passing. 6 for 17 with 1 interception, 68 yards. Did end up with 88 yards rushing on 20 carries. Hammond ended up with 31 yards on 14 carries rushing the ball. Owen Craig had 15 receptions for 40 yards, as well as 7 yards on 4 carries. They tried to get him implemented a little bit more. Mustangs did a good job of kind of sniffing that out and keeping that from happening. Pretty clean play game. There wasn't a whole lot of penalties that amounted a whole lot, but defense was really kind of the name of the game. And Mustangs got several of their touchdowns on a short field, which made it really, really hard for the Tiger defense. And, of course, Mustangs had really 2 good defensive stops, both within about the 15-yard line. One from the 4-yard line on a 4th down, got a stop and a turnover. So, really, the defense came up big twice for the Mustangs to keep the Tigers out of the end zone. Otherwise, we could have been looking at a 14-14 game, really, here late in the 4th quarter. But
Right. And, I mean, I said it after the Wamego game. The Mustangs, you know, after that first loss, they really just haven't looked back. Riding 2-game win streak, they'll improve to 4-1 as they head to Marysville next week.
yeah, I got Marysville next week. Right now, they are in a dogfight. It's 14-all in overtime. I got the Abilene Cowboys. Concordia up big on Chapman. But, yeah, that's probably the big shocker right now for me based off of what we saw. You know, last week, I don't think the score is indicative of the teams we saw. The Mustangs really just came out and jumped out to a quick 7-0 lead on a 92-yard kickoff return to open the game, but was up 28-0 in the first quarter, and then really the Cowboys didn't let the Mustangs do anything else till late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And
well, not only that, but I also think that, you know, this we talked about it in the pregame a little bit. This division that the Mustangs are in, I mean, nothing's given. Everything's earned, and we'll see that because, I mean, Chapman was up on Clay Center at halftime by 3. Marysville and Abilene are in a dogfight, like you said, 14-all, and Marysville handed Wamego their first loss this season. So it's you know, it could go any way.
Yeah, it's who wants it really. Is what it's going to come down to right now. Who wants it? You know, Mustangs' one loss was to Wamego Red Raiders. I think they came out a little bit tight in that game. Raider defense, I think, was really, really up for that game.
Right.
That was really the difference in the game. Mustang defense had some really good stops late in that game to keep it close, but ultimately the offense just could not get going. Of course, they lost senior leader Drew Becker to an injury in that game, and they kind of been trying to find a running back other than Mac Lee since. Kind of spreading the ball around, doing a lot of different things. But, yeah, interesting week right now. So Mustangs in their first Division 5 game against Clay Center pulls out the win 21-0. Right now, Marysville is leading District 5, but we'll see what happens tonight. Again, 14-all right now, Abilene in overtime. We want to thank everybody for sticking around and listening to a little bit of the post-game show, trying to give you some scores and updates. But, yeah, like Isaiah said, we will be in Marysville. We plan to be in Marysville broadcasting next week for that game. Could be a big matchup. We'll see what ends up happening tonight. Wamego just made a touchdown, so Wamego maybe come from behind on Buhler. Talk about a weird rivalry between Wamego and Buhler. Has absolutely nothing to do with anything other than probably cross-country, but I think the rivalry in cross-country is kind of boiled over to other things. But thanks, Jelena, for that update on that. But
that'll be there, or will be there.
Yeah, so 1, 2, and 4A state cross-country will be hosted at the Wamego Country Club on November 2nd, Backroads Broadcasting. We'll be doing that broadcast, but it will not be on our channel. We'll actually be doing that for NFHS. We'll have more details about that coming up, but we want to thank everybody for dropping in tonight because of your continued support, and we love the interaction we got tonight. Backroads Broadcasting, keep bringing this action home to you. Want to thank our production team, Cody Lyman on the replay, Cody Roach on the programming, and expertise on the cameras, graphics, and in-game production. We had a couple Rock Creek journalism students join us tonight on the cameras. Nate Bortnick and Dylan Nelson. We're running our cameras tonight. Switched off up above. And like we said, Backroads team is currently scheduled to be back in action on October 11th at Marysville when the Rock Creek Mustangs will take on the Bulldogs in a 3A division class or 5, also NCKL matchup. So we got to get used to saying that. So we will be going live somewhere around 6:30. May have a little bit of a kickoff show. We'll see how things go up there. We are traveling to a new town, so we'll see what kind of service we got and what we could do for you. But we want to thank you for spending your evening with us. Go ahead and drop us a line. Let us know what you think. We appreciate you joining us tonight. From wherever you are in the country, we appreciate the feedback. As always, I am Judd McCormick.
I'm Isaiah Dobbins. We got to go for now, but we'll BRB.